Yeah, how are you? Yes, I'm coming through with you with my video on Blender, and yeah, hope you're ready for it. Yes, I told you that I'll show you exactly how to make a model. So why don't you hit straight away and just get it done? Okay, so I'll switch over to my Blender view and then I'll launch the software and then we all look at it. Okay, see you there on the other side. Hi. So I'm gonna teach you how to create a model of a Fanta bottle using Blender. So like I said, Blender allows us to model or design, make 3D design. So let's head straight for it. Let's understand the interface. File menu gives you opportunity to create a new project, open an existing project, save, etc. We can import different formats, and one of the most popular formats is FBX. 3ds Max is also very good, works with some Autodesk software, sheet software. You can export to different formats too, where we have the waveform, etc. The FBX still shows up, so we can import FBX, export FBX, and that's really good. Render allows us to see the model in a certain, you know, way with the lighting and everything. Final, design how it's going to look like if you want to do that. So rendering is relevant to just one image, whilst of course 3D um, animations will not have, you don't have to render, you're actually looking at a video. Okay, so video animation, 3D video animation. So we can always reset and come back to the original by clicking new and then say reload. Okay, so file, new, reload, start a file, and that brings us back to where we used to be. The window allows us to, of course, play around with. Okay, I don't know if my mouse is working. Okay, so my mouse is working, and so like I said, I'm hoping that the shortcuts too are working. All right. Okay, shortcut. I'm pressing the key, and if it works, you see something. Okay, and so when I press and you see that I get a new window showing up here. When I press T, this disappears. So obviously T is referring to things like the tool, there are so many things available available on the left hand side. Okay, we can do create. You have tools, we have relations, we have animation. Okay, relations are like parenting and children, links, etc. Physics, if you want an object to be moving a certain way, you can apply some physics to the object or the material. Grease pencil allows us to draw something on the screen as I've just done. All right, Control Z kind of cleans up whatever I did. If I made a mistake, I get to do it again. All right, so we have all these on this side being made available by just pressing T on my keyboard. All right, interests are good to know. And when you press N, obviously that brings us another view, which is about the transform. So in animation, which Blender is an animation software, so it's not only about modeling an object but animating it. So I'm not surprised that we haven't something about the transform. Okay, transform. So but then of course at the end of the day, these are supposed to help us to make better what models and animation. I press and again and it's gone. All right, now another thing I wanted to show you before I even talk about more shortcuts that we use is this small corner here. You see this stripes, three diagonal at the corner over here, the stripes over here. All right, so now when you actually put your mouse there, you see it turns into a cross, and then when you click it and you drag it, then you get a new window. So you should take note of that. And what that allows us to do is that we're able to have different windows being open. Like you can see down here that we have all these options available to us. You can have a file browser, you can access a file browser from here. Okay, and then we can actually close it, and then I'll show you another one. So let's close it this way just by dragging it to the right. Okay, come back again. Right, so now here we go. The transform is open with that new window. We can just close it like that. It's a user perspective, we talk about that later. Okay, so we can have a UV image editor. We'll talk about it later, but this will, for example, allow us to load an image. So we want to actually draw a bottle. So if we want to draw a bottle, then we need to actually look at how a bottle looks like and see if we can design something from that. All right, so what we do, we just load up an image. Click on image down here and then open image, and then we can just go to wherever that image is and then just get it. Just open the image, and there you go. Here is our Fanta bottle. We want to model something looking like this. All right, now we have two windows. Okay, we have the one with the UV image editor, this one, and then we have this one here, which is the user perspective. Okay, so this is what the user is going to see. The user view is in perspective. We can have the user view in orthographic view. You can have an orthographic view of the object, or you can have perspective user view. Okay, perspective user view and orthographic user view is very simple. The difference is that you're looking at the object perspective as from a certain angle, and orthographic view means that you'll be projecting perpendicular, as if light is traveling in a perpendicular to the object. Okay, so yeah, these are just a few things every artist should know. We are artists only when we do these things. All right, so that's our Fanta bottle. We want to model it, and so what we do. All right, so as we go, I'll talk you through the new concepts that are introduced. One, we have to recognize that to select everything in a view, our mouse has to be there. To work in a particular view, okay, we need to have the mouse within that window. So within this window, any button I press will affect it's in reference to this. When I bring it here, this is the UV editor view. So things happening here, it's like as if I'm operating two software within one. Right, so just think that way, it will help. All right, so now I want to actually work on this bottle, and then let's look at the bottle carefully and see what really constitutes the shape of the bottle, so that we know exactly what we're doing. All right, on the left hand side, so we'll be drawing the object here on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we have a reference to that object. Okay, all right, so now let's look at this bottle. Okay, I'll try and see if I can draw something within this view. And to get a greasy pencil, you press the key D, you press it like a couple of times, and I think 3 times, and it should be showing. Okay, so there you go. Alright, I don't know why sometimes it doesn't work straight away. I have to click like a million times, but maybe someone will find out quickly. Now the bottle is made up of, let's start from the top. It has a top. Okay, from the top we have a top, so a green top. Then the whole thing seems to just curve out. I don't know, for some reason I think people like to have curvy things. It curves out. Some parts are straight, this part is straight, then it curves down. Okay, then at the bottom still keeps doing that kind of interesting thing, and then goes straight up and then bends back up to the top. So we have like this bit, which is the top. Okay, and then we have this bit, which is the actual bottle with the sweet thing, the sugary thing in there. All right, so now we need to, as artists, look at it from a certain perspective. This part of the bottle looks more like a cylinder, and the other parts are just curved cylinder. So this bit is also looking more like that. This looks like a cone up here, but yeah, it seems it's the same. The basic object is a cylinder that is being squeezed somehow at the top. So if you have a cylinder and then you didn't have equal radii for the top and bottom of the cylinder, you'll be having some kind of cone-ish kind of object. So we should be thinking this way. We should be thinking about just changing the shape of a cylinder, just tweaking around, and we'll be having something looking like the Fanta bottle. So that was the essence of bringing this in. So we can just pull it a little bit to the side. I pressed escape to get rid of the greasy pencil which we just used, and what we want, one of the first things we want to do is to just select everything from here, and this view where we are now, the mode that we are in, not the view, the mode that we're in is the object mode. The object mode means that this is the object, we're looking at the cube, isn't it? But what we need is a cylinder. So let's select everything by pressing A. So you see that when everything is selected, the edges of the object looks like the Fanta bottle. What color is that? Orange. Okay, so we have the object looking like that. When you press the scroll button on your mouse and you hold it and you drag, you get the object just turning around in 3-dimensional space. So there we go. All right, now so having pressed A, I'm just going to press delete on my keyboard, and the question is okay, delete, and I just want to say delete, and it's gone. All right, so this is my plane. This is just empty space within which I want to actually draw an object. What object do you want to draw? I want to put a cylinder in there. The shortcut is Shift A. So Shift A brings up a menu, the add menu, and then I have mesh, curve, the surface, measurable, test. So there's a whole lot of objects that I can draw. I can even put in a camera, I can put in some lighting and all that, but let's concentrate on just creating the object for now. Mesh, go to mesh, go to cylinder, and there you go. You have the basic cylinder. Okay, so one of the things I want to do is to just go into edit mode. So you go to edit mode by pressing tab. So tab toggles between edit and an object. So what's the difference between the object and its editing mode? So the object itself is just the object as we see in the real world. It looks like solid, but when we go into the editing mode, then we see the wireframe which defines the object, more like the skeleton that defines the object. Okay, so there you go. What it means is that the object is actually made up of smaller bits. Okay, smaller lines. There are pieces of lines that actually make up the object. All right, come on Francie, don't sleep here. All right, so here I am, and we want to actually show you the parts of the cylinder. You can see that I'm actually picking on what we call vertices. A singular is a vertex, so this is a vertex. We can actually delete the vertex, and that changes the object. I can press shift and select 2 vertices and press delete and delete vertices, and you see how that completely changes the whole object, and it's no longer even the 3D object. It's looking more like some kind of aluminium plate that has been bent around. We can undo and come back to where we were, but that is the composition, the geometry, the structure of the cylinder object that we want to use. Okay, so we've learned a few commands: how to delete, how to select. All right, now take note that my selection is not, I'm not making use of the left click, which is a normal click. So in Blender, you have to change how you click, your way of thinking about clicking. Normal click in Blender is right clicking and not left clicking. Yeah, I don't know why, but that's what I also learned. Okay, so let's carry on, and we're gonna do what time is it? 12:16. Unless we getting lunch soon, but yeah, let's go through this quickly and then I can go and grab some lunch. All right, we're gonna actually, I'm gonna show you how you create the bend sides of our Fanta bottle. So let's assume that what we have here on the left hand side is this portion here. Okay, the middle bit, like I explained to you. So we need to create a bend bit, and yeah, we create, then that will be the bottle. Basically, those who design it too hard to consider reducing complexity to save time and cost. So that those of us who also recreate, remodel, can also save some time. All right. Excuse me. One of the first things you want to do is to make this cylinder longer than it is, and this is how you do that. Excuse me. You want to go into an orthogonal view. Okay, to get to an orthogonal view, you just come here. It's numpad 5 on your keyboard, or you can just select it right from here. This is the orthogonal view, and you can have a left view for a cylinder. Because it's round, left view, right view will almost be the same, but trust me, left is left and right is right. Excuse me, right through it. So now I want to go ahead and select all the vertices that I see from the right view or the left view, whichever one it is, and then I want to actually select all the vertices that are hidden behind these ones as well. How do you select in Blender? There are about 2 basic ways that I would like to show you for now. You press the key, you press the B key, and then you see that the cursor is turned into some kind of dotted type of crosshair. You click and define a rectangle, and you'll be selecting everything within that rectangle. Simple as that. Alright, now let's try to just move the object and see if all the other vertices were selected. No, they were not at the far end. And so how do we ensure we make use of this button here? I watched a tutorial of I spent hours trying to figure out how he got these selected, but I'm kind enough to tell you that this is what you do. It's called the limit selection to visible. So we don't want to, we can toggle that, and then our selection will, you know, include what is not visible. This is something this guy should have said. So this is our left view. We do a select again, press the key B. It allows us to define a rectangle. Another option to selection is pressing C, which allows us to actually define a circle. Okay, so you can see we've selected more than we need to using the circle select, which is C. Alright, we can unselect everything by escaping from the current command, pressing A, which unselects everything, and then we can do a B to rectangle select. We have circle select, then we can have selecting the rectangle. So now you can see that all the points on the other side are selected. So we go back to our left view, and then one of the first things we need to learn to do is to extrude. Extrude is like to lengthen the object. So I'll press on E to extrude, and as you can see, it's trying to just lengthen it. Now we can extrude it along an axis. So I press escape. I'll come back to my left view quickly, and I want to drag shift, and I'll drag it. In that case, when I shift and I press the middle mouse scroll button, I will be able to, you know, have a better interaction with the object. So now when I press Z, you see that now I'm extruding, but the points are going in funny directions. It's free, you know, I'm free to just move it around. When I'm gonna press Z, then my extrusion is along the Z axis. Okay, so the Z axis, Y axis, and the X axis, I think I will assume we all know what they are. The Z is upwards, X is to the right, Y to the left. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but XY plane is on flat objects, and then the Z is what defines the solid. Okay, so every flat object is defined within the plane. See the XY plane, and then the Z sits on top of it. I can give you a whole lecture on that if you want. Let me know. So here we go. I can extrude this object a little bit. Okay, so let me just keep extruding it, and then now I'm just going to extrude it by just a small amount. The assumption is that I want to actually create these curved areas on my bottom. So I will now scale it, having extruded it by a little bit. I'll scale it out. So as you can see, I press S, and then it starts expanding, which is scaling. Scaling means enlarging an object. So here you go. I'm gonna actually do it again so I get it right. I don't want it to be too, you know, abrupt. So I'm moving my cursor away, a little bit away. Okay, so I'll do this. I'll extrude this is a larger portion. I'll scale it again. Not too much. Extrude it again. So you see, I'm getting a certain effect. So this is the larger portion of the bottle at the top. I'm trying to do here, but you know, it's not very accurate, but at least it's good enough. So I've gone out over here, and what I want to do is that even though I've gone out here I want to just go back in to have that indentation. Okay, so there's a protrusion of a sword on the bottle. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to create, and it requires, you know, that. Okay, to get rid of my greasy pencil mark, and here I am. I'm gonna do another extrusion of the same length as the first one. Okay, so I press E and I go up a bit, and then I want to scale it by coming in, zoom out slightly in, then we want to just extrude again, and then time around we want to actually go in further. So we are back to where we started from, and we're going to continue the bottle. So we kind of using our eyes to judge, you know, and well, how perfect is the Fanta bottle? That's a question. But then looking at it closely, hey, have I spent 20 minutes on this video? I think I need to speed up a bit. Do you hear a child crying? That's my next door neighbor. I love him so much, but I think sometimes it's a bit noisy. Oh, okay, but bear with me. Okay, so now from here, where do we go? We need to extrude further to create that cone effect. So I'm gonna scale it, not too much. I think you're getting the idea, aren't you? When you actually compare this to that, you can see that, yeah, my bottle is taking shape. It's beautiful when you think about the fact that, you know, you just being creative. Look at it. You could almost use this for, you know, water bottle or something like that. Okay, you can't touch it anyway. All right, so the essence of the video is to show you what you could do with just these two commands. You can imagine the other commands. Let's carry on, and we're modeling, so let's do it well. We are now somewhere here. Okay, I think we need to do some kind of I don't know, a little bit of extrusion. Let's extrude out and come back in again and see the effect that we get. So a little bit out, extrude again, then we need to come back home. No, we shouldn't extrude too much. Okay, over there. Extrude again. Now let's kill him. So that gives us that indentation. I see the bottle is kind of not looking too boring, you know. I think that's the idea of design. We are extruding here, but then we want to actually get a corny effect at this edge. So this is what we just did. I mean, if we are on the same page, we just did that. Even though in terms of scale, this looks a bit bigger, but I think it's fine. Yeah, this is that. Okay, yeah. In terms of scale, we're missing a few things, but it will work. It'll be just fine. So now we're coming closer to the edge of the bottle. So there you go. I want to extrude a little bit, and you want to scale it in. I want to extrude it. Okay, so this is it. This is our bottle. Fanta bottle sticky shape, isn't it? Alright, so let's come to the bottom bit. In fact, this is one object that we are editing. The top bit of the bottle also has to be designed as a separate object, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're doing the bottom of the bottle itself. Okay, the bottle itself is what we've just done. The bottom of it is now coming up. Let's see what we can do, because that's going to look very tricky. So now let's take it all the way up. We are here now. It's going to look interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so now let's see what we can do. So we need to select everything here. So press key B, select that, and we've selected everything down there. Okay, left view, orthogonal view, and we want to extrude. Okay, so we have a challenge. Okay, so the bottom is going to look interesting. Let's see what we can do. Shift A. Is there an object that we could actually, bring in? Pressing tab, Shift A. Is there an object we can actually pick from here? That looks like a bottom. Is there anything? Is there anything? I don't see anything at all that looks like it. So are we stuck or are we not? I think there's something we can do. Let's just keep on thinking through this. Alright. Okay, so we want to actually go back to editing mode quickly. Extrude, only extrude upwards. That's interesting. B. I'm expecting the extrude to also go downwards. Okay, of course. Look at me. Alright, so there you go. So let's take it to the bottom, like so. And then here you go. So ideally this is the bottom, but we really want it to look more interesting than that. It's not going to be easy at all making this kind of thing, but I think we can just play around with it and see what we can do. And one of the things that we will want to do is to just put in a round object, and let's see if we can just do the modifier. We can add what we call a modifier. Okay, so let's actually introduce a sphere. Shift A. Okay, so there should be something like a sphere somewhere. Have a circle, UV sphere. Okay, so now to move this object, we press G, and then as you can see, and if you get the idea of what I'm trying to do, so I press Z to constrain it, Okay, escape. Alright, G. Let's shift a little bit to the right. Okay. Let's move it down. Let's constrain it to Z. Okay, so the idea is to cut through the bottle object with this one. Okay, so if you go into the object view, then you can see that we have the circle being part of the bottle, but that's not what we want to actually do. We want them to be two different objects so that we can actually use one to cut off bits of the other. You get it? So we're going to go back to editing mode and undo. So we need to actually get this object onto a new layer. So to do that, we simply need to, how do you do that? How do you get an object into? Press M. Okay, to move to layer, I'm just gonna put this onto this layer. So now our Fanta bottle, part of it is kind of on a certain layer, and we're doing that on purpose because we want to just, manipulate. We still modeling, so it's part of the modeling process. We have to do things that are quite tricky. All right, so having done that, now we're going to go to an empty layer and introduce our UV sphere. Okay, and want to use the UV sphere to cut into this one. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, so shift. So now we have two objects. I'm pressing G to move it around. So hopefully we would like to just use this to cut bits of that. Alright, so let's see if we can introduce a modifier. For a moment, let's just take away this. Excuse me. I mean, if this were the kind of thin object that we're trying to make, so what does this even look like? Kind of bomb or something? I don't know. Alright, the same way we created this, we create the top of the cone the same way. Alright, okay, so let's put, in order not to make the video too long, in our next video I'm going to show you how we make the top. We actually use the UV sphere to model the bottom of the Fanta bottle. The bottom of the Fanta bottle. Alright, so see you in the next video where I show you how to model the bottom of the Fanta bottle. Then we'll do the top in another video. Thank you.